Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now.
Manchester United.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So it's down to business here. This is the lineup we've been given. How do you read it, Jim?
Well, what I like about this system, Peter, is the way in which both central midfielders have to work in tandem. If one opts to go forward, the other sits, and when one moves either side to snuff out an attack, the other will hold the central ground. Communication is obviously vital to make it a success, but this team knows what it's doing, and I think we're going to see that reflected.
Oh, it's Dembele. Knocks it into space.
Well, Peter, it's a joy to have a chance to watch one of the finest to emerge from the African continent, Samuel Eto'o. He backs up his goals with a really strong work rate, and he's always effective, whether on or off the ball.
Yeah, fantastic talisman for his nation.
And more disciplined than people credit him.
Gattuso. Rosicky. Patience, the overwhelming virtue in this game so far. Nice interception, well timed. Saviola. Aimed beyond the defence. Now it's Sneijder. And it's Saviola. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. And he cuts out the supply.
Well, it seems as if the message has been issued by both managers: don't concede the opener.
And here's Saviola. Saviola going face-to-face with his great rival.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And here's Saviola. Saviola knocks it out wide. Neymar. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Zanetti. Oh, it's Dembele. Neymar. Can he get it through? Maldini cuts out the pass. Gattuso. And he's having a hit! Oh, nearly, but not quite. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
And here's Neymar. Oh, that's fabulous. He is just caressing the ball. Goes for a shot! Goal! Manchester United! And that is what they came to see, what they demanded to see. His first. It looked as though he'd gone too wide. He wasn't having that, though, and somehow he found the angle.
Of course, there's a
shapes to shoot! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Ivory Coast with the corner, their first. And now a sudden chance to counter. Now it's Saviola. Well, that's beautifully weighted. Saviola. Eto'o receives it in a good position. And the finish! And he's stuck it away. They are purring, truly purring. A moment that needed composure, and he had plenty of it.
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
Manchester United are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch. They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Leicester gets over and intercepts. Manchester United heading towards the half-time break. The win very much in their sails. Seedorf really struggling to influence the game.
Look, he could do with someone else taking responsibility to shift the target. He badly needs some help here.
Oh, super ball! This might spell danger. Oh, it's come loose. The message is clear, none shall pass.
Oh, great feat, that.
Shot could be on.
Temps
Oh, what a ball!
additionnel, 1 minute.
Brzezinski. Nagatomo. And it's half-time. Reflections on the first half?
Well, Peter, at 2-0, you're faced with the choice of just trying to see the match out or forcing the issue even further. I'd always be inclined to go for the latter, go for a third, especially with a full half of football still to play.
Manchester United looking good, feeling good. It is 2-0 at the break. We're on the move again. Pinches it off him. Seedorf. Now it's Rosicky. A probing pass. And the shot! And that's a tidy finish. It is an explosive start to the second half. It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
Just one in it now.
What a difference a half-time rocket from the manager can make. This is exactly the response he'd be looking for.
It's Park Ji-sung. Rijkaard. Now that looks a decent ball. Can he finish? Corner number 2 then. Well, he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. Xavi, a player whose confidence, whose sense of adventure rubs off on all of those around him.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
And here's Neymar. Seedorf. Xavi. Manchester United disappointing in the end there. They lack urgency. Oh, what has happened here? Dembele finds himself offside.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away, and eventually you might just get that little break.
This is a really front-footed approach.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
607.
Tries to play it through. Rosicky. Seedorf. Dembele. Czech breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Now it's Eto'o. And it's Seedorf. Well, Jim, it is abundantly clear that the tone of this game has changed. Eto'o! Oh, it's fallen loose again! He's got a goal! They have done it! They have their equaliser!
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
That's really good anticipation too, Peter. Just instinctively knew where the ball would be and where he needed to put himself.
Changement pour la Côte d'Ivoire. Le numéro 23.
So we have movement on both benches. Oh, what a game we have on our hands here.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Le numéro 18. Le numéro 15. Messi. Le numéro 7.
Opts to play it back.
Le numéro 11.
Seedorf.
Changement.
Ah, such a clever touch. And this is Pele. And this is great chance. Goal! Manchester United. And they're back in front. Well, how's that for a class finish?
Well, that's great disguise he got on that finish too. Just toying with the defence, making them guess the wrong thing to do. Made him look a bit silly, Peter.
And in a trice, the substitute has scored already.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Manchester United with the lead. Now he's running away. It's loose and there's a race for the ball. And it's Seedorf. That's a nicely shaped ball. And he's managed to get free.
Manchester United clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
And he's picked out the run. And that's the keeper's ball. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Pullet. No, he wasn't going to be fooled. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Well, that pass surprised everyone, and not in a good way. Well seen, saw that coming. Looking for the run, and he's picked it up out wide. Now it's Messi.
Ivory Coast really don't have a choice now. They just have to throw everything forward and give themselves a chance to draw level.
And he plays one through. Leicester did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise.
Well, the box was just so congested there, Peter. There was absolutely no space to work with.
Temps additionnel, 3 minutes.
Nice control. He is through here. Vinicius Junior is always looking to break lines. And that's a simple one for the keeper. Gattuso. And time is up. Manchester United have emerged victorious in this match of thrills. The odd goal ultimately proving the difference. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Well, the manager's pumped here, Peter. He has every right to be after leading his team to such a...
Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. And we're underway. Well, there is Xavi, one of the great creators, inventors, one of the great visionaries of the game, Jim.
I fell in love with him and his style of play. Just unmatched in terms of intelligence and vision. He really is peerless in what he does.
Nice looking ball. And this is Xavi. Lovely bit of skill. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Now that looks a decent ball. That's a nicely shaped ball.
Well, a few of his teammates are quite furious with him as they felt they were within reach, but he made nothing of it. His boss doesn't look too amused either.
Pelé showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. And here's Hazard. And that's aimed into the middle. It has been a rather gentle affair so far. And it's Xavi. He's having a hit! He's found a way through. Xavi. Park Ji-sung. Hazard getting forward. Cute ball now, how can he reach it? Seedorf. Gattuso. Neymar. Aims beyond the defence. And the shot! Goal! Manchester United! Manchester United take the lead. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Manchester United are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
Manchester United are in front now, the game's only goal.
Well, I'd remind those players, Peter, that concentration will be key for a while now, as you don't want to hand the momentum straight back to your opposition.
Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. That is ended up in no man's land. Great ball, and he's in here. And this is Pelé. Strokes it back.
Modern football for you, and all that pressing.
And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. Barcelona are a team that take pride in possession.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. They like to be brave with the ball, get on it, have a go, Peter, try something different. They certainly have the play.
He's rising, and he's following up. Pelé can so cleverly bypass the press. Oh, that's fabulous. Sends it crossfield.
He looked rushed. He should have waited for some movement.
And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score.
That's going in strongly.
Now it's Pelé. Pelé! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Barcelona with the corner, they're first. That's the keeper's ball. And now they can spring out of defence. Played out wide, in towards the back stick. Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Oh, that's a foul, free kick's been given. He knew what was coming, that's a yellow card. Pele, someone who can always claim to be the most immaculate finisher. Now he's running away. Oh, what has happened here? And it's Gattuso. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. He is through here. It's a good run down the right. Delivered low. Oh, terrible pass. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through.
Yeah, we get to see this more and more. Defenders popping up in these positions.
And that has been cleared. Xavi.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Can he get it through? He's picked his way through. Eto'o! Oh, he hit that sweetly. Neymar plays it short. And here's Neymar.
Un minuto de descuento.
Eto'o. Pele. The message is clear, none shall pass. And the whistle goes for half-time. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Well, I think it's a case of so far, so good. The boss has clearly done his homework, and I don't think he needs to change much during the break. Now they've got the lead, they can expect more of the same in the second half.
Manchester United are 1-0 up at half-time, and it's all to play for.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El dorsal 5.
Gets us going once more.
Manchester United definitely want to carry on in a similar manner, although I would exercise some caution, Peter. You wouldn't want to leave yourself open in the early minutes trying to kill this off.
It's Bale! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Neymar. Gattuso. Pele. Pele going face-to-face with his great rival. He's shifting through the gears here. Van Dijk did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. And it's made its way to him. Oh, that's a foul, and the whistle's gone. And he's going to have his name taken. Well, this is worrying. He is not the sort of player who tends to stay down. They're taking a moment to consider their options. It's a really well-measured ball.
Barcelona clearly are trying to mix things up here, keeping their opponents guessing.
Out towards the flank. Good ball, good take. Towering header! And he's stuck it away. They have grabbed themselves an equaliser.
Well, I always thought they had it in them, Peter. They upped the quality as needed, and once they got going, they were awfully hard to stop.
Satisfyingly simple. There's almost a sense of beauty to this.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El dorsal 22 será sustituido por el dorsal 10, Messi.
Now some movement on the bench, and we are going to see a change.
Well, I think he'll undoubtedly add more movement and fluidity in the final third with his passing range.
Barcelona restore parity.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
And here's Eto'o. Now it's Neymar. Neymar will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Albert Ferrer. And he's gone searching cross-field. And it's Ribéry. That is good alertness. Serginho is looking to influence the game from out wide. It's an inviting-looking ball, that. Puyol calmly anticipates. And here's Bale. That's destined for the flank. Ribéry! Now, who's going to be first to this? Zanetti. And it's Xavi. Now Gattuso. Seedorf. Neymar on a strong run here. He has found the way through. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Seedorf. Pelé. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. It's Eto'o! Goal! Manchester United! And again they hit the front. Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
And how easy did he make that look? That is supreme.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El dorsal 13.
So we have movement on both benches.
El dorsal 9.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for. Well, the boss won't be happy about that at all. They were pedestrian in possession and carried almost no threat at all.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
And this is Saviola. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
Now it's Ribéry. And here's Bale. Oh, good read. Bale unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Now it's Romario. And it's Veron. That ball looks a good one. Peruzzi gets his hands on it, and the danger is averted. And here's Mbappe. Ribéry. Ribéry crosses.
There's much frustration as to the lack of a touch to finish that off.
That has earned a reprieve for the time being.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
Now it's Saviola. Manchester United close now to seeing this one through to the end. This looks promising. Stood up well to him there. There will be a throw-in. And that will be it. Well, that was close. Both sides playing their part in a great game of football. A real ride that had all of us. Oh, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. So we're up and running.
The midfield three, Peter, I think are going to be key in this lineup because it's a very expansive system.
Yeah, it certainly looks a very front-footed approach.
It is, and with the front three, especially the wide men, running at and beyond the defence, there's going to be an awful lot asked of the midfield.
Shot a goal! They've scored!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
Well, a 1-2 is easier to pull off than most dribbles, and I think we've just seen the proof.
So, a breakthrough already. Leicester did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. And this is Sneijder. Ribéry. Now it's Cruyff. Now it's Bellingham. Bellingham. Bellingham unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Oh, no joy this time. Bellingham. So just the one early goal to report so far. And the score is 1-0. And here's Cruyff. That is a crunching tackle. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Howson. Over to the right flank. Now it's Yamal. Sneijder. Eto'o, never out of the action for very long. Now it's Pelé. Pelé running with intent. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Saliba. Nicely weighted ball. Oh, that's nice. Xavi. Gattuso. That's a cute ball. And he's there to get it away. And smartly reclaimed. Looking to play him in. And it's Zanetti. Big chance! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Cruyff really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Porto with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. And he's seen that. And he's stuck it away! Porto are level!
Marcou para o Porto. Aos 27 minutos de jogo, o camisola número 24.
We're looking at a different game now.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
Now it's Ribery. He's a sharp little ball here. He's picked his way through.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Neither of these two want to come off second best. Pele. Xavi. Schneider can so cleverly bypass the press. Oh, that's fabulous. Takes a shot! Goal! Manchester United! And again they hit the front. It looked as though it'd gone too wide. He wasn't having that, though, and somehow he found the angle.
Peter, you have to have a certain imagination to produce the incredible, and that was incredible.
Manchester United have their lead. But where it came from. Bellingham! He's keen, determined to have his say.
They're just unrelenting, Peter, wave after wave of attacks. Now it's just a matter of making at least one of them count.
Pirlo with the short one. And it's Pirlo. Manchester United are looking to go forward now. Oh, well played. Eto'o. Gullit dominates aerially so often. Oh, well measured. Ribery. To Schneider. Gattuso. And this is Xavi. Shot could be on.
Foram indicados 2 minutos de compensação.
Zanetti deals with that comfortably.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
The pass has gone astray. Bellingham. Oh, nicely intercepted. And the referee has blown for half-time. So, engaging and still right on edge. Plenty of signs to suggest this will turn out to be a really good one. No, well, the pickings certainly have been rich in this first half.
Well, I think the message from the manager at half-time will be pretty simple, Peter. He's going to want them to play at a higher tempo, press more, higher up the pitch, pass quicker, and entice the opposition out of position. He knows how crucial the next goal will be.
Manchester United are leading, but it is still delicately poised. It's 2-1. So we're off again. Nesta. Oh, there's a probing ball. Schneider. Pirlo is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. And this is Pele. Ribery. Nesta. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. And it's Azar. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
That looks a good ball through. Pele, expertly cut out, really nicely done. Bellingham, nicely spread. Good defending there, they've slammed the door in the faces of the opposition. Now it's Eto'o.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Yamal. Bellingham. Manchester United needed that. They really needed it.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
And this is Pele. Pirlo. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Saliba. Gattuso. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Eto'o going forward. Well, they're certainly pressing with purpose here. Shifted it to the flank. It's a good run he's making out on the left. Yamal. It's a good run down the right. And it's Thuram. Over to the other side.
That's a cracking pass to stretch the opposition.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Now it's Bellingham.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
They're coming again and again.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
Now it's Hazard. Now it's Bellingham. And this is Cruyff. Bullet.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
And it's Xavi. Xavi making a dash for it. It's Schneider. Schneider going face-to-face with his great rival. Schneider is wide and looking to get onto this.
Substituição para o Porto. Número 18.
So changes afoot here and from both sides.
Ribery. Número 22. Número 7. Número 10. Hazard.
Zanetti.
Vão dar os seus lugares a número 9. Owen. Número 6.
Cruyff will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent.
Park Ji-sung. Número 11.
And this is Cruyff. And this is Cruyff. He's having a hit! And that really should have been that.
Seedorf has reacted in utter shock here. For him, the keeper has pulled off the impossible.
And it's been taken short. Now it's Neymar. Nice, terrific effort! And no, he couldn't find the finish.
And that reaction says it all. They had a real chance to tighten the screw there, and it's been blown.
Oh, he's found support out wide. And this is Cruyff. Well, they want another corner, and it looks as though they're going to get it. Manchester United have their second corner now.
Manchester United clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
Neymar. Thuram. Park Ji-sung. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it. Well, it's probably safe to say now, Peter, that it's going to be all about game management from here.
Oh, good-looking ball. Now there's a fine ball. That's good defending, very good defending.
Really well played. He read that perfectly.
That has not gone well. Donatoni threads one in, and it's made its way to him. Oh, shooting chance! And he couldn't finish.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
The message is simple: defend this with your lives. Thuram. He's had it taken off him, and he can thump it away. Time added on will be 2 minutes. Deftly away. So that's it. It is all over. Manchester United have emerged victorious in this match of thrills. The odd goal ultimately proving the difference.